Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui. You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh,
correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Ah, where is that guy?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this. There are two styles of cooking in Lioli, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged. The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lioli Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face. Don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway,
Aha, you made it. As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liu Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
So where is he? In Lioli Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liu custom.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhong Li, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the
Walk in the shadows.
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wang Shen some kind of business involving dealing with...
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in...
Did you think he was some sort of hired The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhong Li because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's...
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhong Li has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liu's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the detail.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, Traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your... Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all...
What would Child get out of us doing the...
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any...
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prized Noctilucous jade worthy of a deed.
Welcome to the Jade. It's cheap and it's fun.
Betting?
Noctilucous jade of radiant grade at the...
Radiant grade Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're not... What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name and...
These 3 pieces really... But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Very good. It seems you have learned some tricks of the trade.
What do you think, Mr. Zhongli? How should we pick from these pieces?
Oh? You want me to decide? If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss... Hey! If we only need 1 for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my... Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, They will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame.
Whoa!
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade. And a true insider, a fool, sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger, the patterns, the facade. These Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature. I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just sad that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? That would... Well, how about this? I can take a small sample of all three.
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride. If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will...
What sort of...
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. Oh, Paimon remembers! We once saw this big... Now, let's pack...
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line. There's still soup in here. These hilly trolls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after. That light came from the second Noctilucous jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls! They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food! Ow! That's bright! Too bright! That was the third Lucas jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
You're back, my friend.
Exactly. That's the one Paimon remembers too.
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious.
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of part.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. It's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, it is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade... Alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rexla...
Are you sure you didn't want to eat?
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn...
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself.
All right. Thank you, my friends.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucus jade.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not...
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Any what?
Mora. My apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child... That's a relief. Have a look, boss. Is it enough?
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though, to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single Mora.
It seems that we must. I will keep that in mind. Thanks, both of you. We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of part?
Yes. I have already rented this location and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liu Chising have acquiesced to using the same
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, also the...
Traditionally, we call it the exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their trouble. Before the rite is conducted, the exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liu, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow! Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits, but why do you know this, Mr. Zhang?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfume.
Perfumes?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of silk flower petals contain...
It's time for Zhongli's
We shall not speak of the details right now.
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you...
Which kind?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine Just look at the abundant foliage here. And these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the gold. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulture.
Wow! A true connoisseur.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too high.
I'll take them all, but...
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. But this silk flower purchase is not an... Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, but this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. Now that's settled, a question.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sec.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Descent. It would be bad luck to say it out loud. But since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lap. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk. especially when...
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling...
I will wait for you near the Statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Lan, we need to ask you for a...
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that? Oh, it must be from the Genshin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out.
No, they were from medicinal. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume...
The fortune teller, right? Thanks, Lan.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scent. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume.
That's the worst thing.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's home?
Yang Air? Oh, as in...
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume.
Great! This is just the end.
Anfang's Ironmonger, here to sell. Adventurer, think you can last a round against me?
Well, hello. You found me at last.
What? How did you know it?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for... Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're back?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it? Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, "O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered."
That went over Paimon.
In short, I'm happy to help. So, where is a good place for making sweets? You mean Wanmin Restaurant? I've had a word with Chef Mao. Are you ready?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud. Well, I'm setting up.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
This water will do. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, you need to keep your wrist firm. Now, use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out. Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready. Wow, this is some exquisite. The essence is placed into water and simmered. You must take care to control the heat during this process. So please focus on control. Don't waste a drop of that essence. All 3 perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes. The first choice for daughter. Finally, the third one has a soft, all clear? Don't get them good. I'll leave you with one who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously. Come and hang out with me.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Set. We've brought the perfumes, miss. Did we take too long?
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over.
Well, how can a person compete with us?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfume?
3 sets, and now...
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form. Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing.
Cleansing bell.
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with...
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for...
Man, why has he gotta be so secretive this time?
All things must change. Youngster, are you here to admire the flower? But it's a shame. These glazed lilies have almost all wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like but if they heard too much wild gossip...
So that means these flowers feel what's happening?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that this harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too... Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being an old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. He saw me gazing at it often, but he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and
All right, children. There is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot?
How does that work? What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there. And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can.
Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to...
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place? You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an Adeptus? Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an Adeptus. But don't they all live in Julian Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Verdict is...
No one escapes my sight! Get him!
with the wind!
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Now, let me see. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An Adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already...
Paimon kinda knows what you mean. But don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lab.
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless, but no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other to cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs. But now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady. We haven't met in a while anyway. Well, you must have things to do. Oh, and do tell the person who sent that if they have time, they can come over for tea.
We will.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. An Adeptus.
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but...
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very... When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a...
So what's the next step?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites.
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the...
Oh, sure.
Sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the one. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but I have made kites in Liyue.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing... As for the kite that honors the Geo...
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to these markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I was merely... I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at... He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just... Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine...
How has he not died of hunger?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as material.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next.
Try your luck betting on.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do...
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies?
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer.
A most fair price.
Five geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace. No problem.
Whoa, that's expensive.
Hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay...
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wood...
No problem. That'll be 20,000.
Done.
This is all you got? Child? No. He's putting up the money? How about this? Let's make a trade. Get me a single Genshin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a
Guess we've got no choice.
Have you brought the good? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are with this Genshin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a...
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy. The finest is... everything...
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter. Ah, Paimon thinks you might be right. Look at the talisman on her forehead.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Something like this would be unimaginable in my...
Hello, little girl.
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a control.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, my dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometime...
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an Adeptus in the distant past. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from...
Mr. Zhongli, really?
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary...
Did you want to add anything?
No, just that the cocoa goat, what it looks like. Don't know. Where to find it? Don't know either. Where it came from? Also don't know.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a cocoa goat?